Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about how to do your to-dos when your brain says no. What do I mean by that? You probably have a really long to-do list of things that you have to do, but sometimes you struggle and you just can't make yourself do it. Before we jump into this, who am I? I am Shannyn Schroeder, F-Bomb coach. The EF stands for executive function, and I help ADHD women build sustainable systems for their businesses and their lives by building up and improving their executive function skills so that some of that chaos that they're living with is calm. So let's talk about why you get stuck. When you have a list of things to do and you know what needs to get done, you know how to do it, but you just can't make yourself do it. You probably hear a lot of people say, just power through, just do it, make yourself do it. And you can't. And you can sit down in front of your computer and stare at it and then look at 4 million other things, fall down a rabbit hole of research. All of a sudden you're, cleaning your entire office and the nasty little voice in your head says, oh, see, you're lazy. You just spent all that time procrastinating. But truly, it may not be procrastination. It may be that you're struggling with executive function. And there are ways to handle that. These are skills that you can improve. So your executive function skills are your adulting skills. The things that you have to do as an adult. Planning, prioritizing, time management, task initiation, organization, all of those skills that you need to be able to utilize to do what you need to do. And you may be struggling with one or more than one of these skills. And so when you're stuck and you need to get something done, you need to figure out what is causing it. And the first thing that you want to look at is emotional regulation. If you are feeling overwhelmed, stressed out, you cannot do the things you need to do, because you've flipped your lid. What do I mean by that? Here's a little hand model of the brain. And Dr. Dan Siegel created this. I didn't make this up. But your brain looks like this, right behind your forehead. And this front part here, where your knuckles are folded over your thumb, that is your prefrontal cortex. That is where your executive function lives. Underneath is the amygdala. This is where the emotional part of the brain is. And so when you are really stressed, when you are really overwhelmed, we call it flipping your lid, because you can no longer access those executive function skills. So if you're feeling really stressed and overwhelmed, that's why you can't make yourself do anything. You can't just power through, because the emotional part of your brain is what's in charge, and you need to calm your brain so that then you can access those executive function skills. So what can you do to help with that emotional regulation? There are a gazillion breathing exercises that you could do. Choose one. You could go dance, burn off some energy. Go outside for a few minutes. You put your face in the sun. Run cold water over your wrists. Hold an ice cube. Push against the wall. These are all things that you can do that will interrupt that feeling of overwhelm. It's going to reset your nervous system, because that's what you need to do. You need to tell your brain, the part of your brain that is in control right now, that emotional part of your brain, you need to tell it, yes, things are okay, we can be calm. Because here's the thing, your brain does not distinguish between, oh my gosh, I have so many things to do, and oh my gosh, there's a tiger that's about to eat me. Your brain sees both of those things the same way. So you need to calm your system first before you can do anything else. And then, if you are struggling with task initiation, the getting started part, do a 5-minute goal. And a 5-minute goal is very simple. You set a timer for 5 minutes and then you start. This is not about finishing. This is not about I'm going to finish my to-do list. This is not about I'm going to get all of the things done. It's not even about I'm going to get this one thing done. It's about just getting started. Because as a human being, we can pretty much convince ourselves to do almost anything for 5 minutes. Because 5 minutes really isn't that long. And once you get started and you do that 5 minutes, the key here is that if the timer goes off, you can step away if you want to. You have to let yourself off the hook. Now, for a lot of people, that 5-minute goal is enough to get them over that obstacle of task initiation, that struggle bus that they were on. This is enough to get them over it, and it's like, oh, I've already started. Oh, I can keep going and I can finish this task. And that's fine, and you can. But if it's something that you truly hate and you really don't want to do it, but it's got to get done, you do it 5 minutes, and when that timer goes off, you're allowed to walk away. You're not walking away forever. It's not like the task is never going to get done. But you told yourself, we just have to do this for 5 minutes. You don't want to make a liar out of yourself because your brain's not going to trust you. So when that timer goes off, you're allowed to walk away. Go do something else and come back, and then it's another 5 minutes. And when the timer goes off, then you reassess. Do I want to keep going? At some point, you're going to be able to look at that task and say, oh, but I'm really close to being done. I'm going to go ahead and I can finish it now, because your brain starts to see the progress. So even if you only do 5 minutes and then walk away, when you come back, your brain's already looking at that task that felt insurmountable and saying, oh, but it's already started. That's not so bad. And that's why it works. So a 5-minute goal is an easy way to get yourself over that hurdle of task initiation to just get started. If you are struggling with executive function, but you're not sure kind of where to start, I have a quiz for you. It's a business bottleneck quiz. It's only 10 questions. It's all multiple choice. You just take the quiz, and at the end, it will tell you this is the executive function skill that you're getting stuck on, and here are some strategies to help you. So you can go to fbombcoach.com/bottleneck-quiz. And if you are looking for more help with executive functioning, you can join my membership. I have business trainings, custom GPTs, monthly challenges, and all of the courses that I've created to help you build a strong, sustainable business. Thank you very much for joining us today, and I'm around if you have any questions.